Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Jan here, aka Jan Lucanus, from Justice for Hire, and this is Tai Chi to the People. Tai Chi is one of my favorite things to share. I'm the former captain and coach of the U.S. Tai Chi push hands team. It's a sport that looks like Greco-Roman wrestling or judo, but its foundation is in these slow-moving or apparently slow-moving techniques of Tai Chi. And all these exercises help you with your balance. They help you with circulation and so much more. And also there's the concept of time under tension, which is, especially if you're into weightlifting or bodybuilding in any sense, you understand the value of doing things slower to gain more strength and more range of motion, etc. So Tai Chi is very, very powerful stuff. I love sharing. We're going to do that on here every Tuesday. And if you've been with us for a while, then that's great. And if you're new, you're welcome to be here. We love having you. Every week we dedicate our Tai Chi to the People training. It's always free, but if you want to contribute to the cause of the week, this week and for the next several weeks, we're going to be very focused on the equity crowdfunding campaign for our company, our production company, Real World. And that's REELWURLD. The whole point of Real World is to make movies and shows with the world, and Justice for Hire is our first show. It is a show produced with the community. Anybody can join the cast from justiceforhire.app. So if you like, go to wefunder.com/realworld if you want to contribute, and you can, it's not actually, it's like ownership. So it's not like so much just a contribution, you're actually buying stock. So go for it, enjoy it. And that being said, let's get to the training. Today, we are going to do something that we experimented with last week. And I'll tell you why we're doing this experiment. The concept is do one Neigong exercise. Neigong is part of the Tai Chi system. It is the power building, considered the power building exercises of the system. And oftentimes when we train on here, we do a lot of different exercises. And when I see people training, they often cycle to different exercises. But one of the most valuable things that I would do, especially when I was first starting Tai Chi, is take an hour and do one exercise over and over and over again. And pretty much anything in martial arts, if I just do that one thing over and over and over again, I would get to a new level of proficiency. So we're going to do an exercise today that's going to help us gather our breath and the visualization in a very focused way. And then we're going to do stretches, Shaolin Kung Fu stretches, that'll help us move that visualization through the body. So we want to gather it in one place in our bellies, and then we want to start moving the visualization through our limbs as we breathe. And this is a really important mechanic that is all across Tai Chi and Kung Fu and martial arts in general, in my experience. But there's also many people I've encountered that don't have this integrated into their movement discipline. So this is something that goes far beyond Tai Chi, but this is a space in which we can train this wonderful ability to move the visualizations through the body, to increase our awareness, to increase circulation, but also to increase power, because by being able to move visualization from point A to point B, you gain a lot of strength and power and control over your attention and your ability to deliver intent with any particular movement. So let's go for it right now. We'll of course warm up as usual. Stick this pocket in, there we go. Palms facing down, an imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head. Tailbone drops. Your jaws relax. The tongue is gently placed on the ceiling of your mouth. The feet are parallel. And I got a wonderful, wonderful note from Ben Sanchez, who some of you may know. He's competed in Tai Chi push hands. He has a wonderful Tai Chi bone setting business that essentially, it's like massage, but also bone setting. It's amazing stuff. But he gave me this one note on parallel feet. That parallel, the line for parallel feet, I'll actually adjust the camera for this, that the line for parallel feet is right here. Here we go. So if you have your pinky toe and you put your finger between your pinky toe and let's call it your ring finger toe, and you draw a straight line back as if you were cutting off this just straight line back to the heel. So disregarding the curve on the outside of the foot, straight line back from this space in between the pinky toe and the ring toe, all the way back to the heel. That is the line that you use for parallel. And I always appreciate training with martial artists, especially Tai Chi players who have information that I don't have, because I had never heard that. And I was like, well, that's great, because parallel to me was my toes facing the same direction. Of course, I'm very aware of my own body, and I know that my left leg is slightly, my foot slightly turns out naturally a few degrees more than my right foot. So therefore, parallel to me is, and parallel for you as well, may not necessarily be as that particular strict line. You're gonna have to find it for yourself. What I mean by that is the strict line, the feet going in this direction. If my foot is a little bit out, I have to make an adjustment for that. So whatever your body is, whatever challenges, alignment issues, etc., you might be dealing with, always take that into account when you're creating your structure, because if you don't, you may be attempting to adhere to a general principle that is not allowing you to fully optimize yourself, because with any principle, you have to take into account your own experience, your own body, mind, spirit, etc. So parallel, those two lines. I'm going to do my best to start integrating this a little bit more. So I'm turning my foot in. But again, I know that this one I just to turn out just a little bit more. Palms facing down, special attention on the middle finger of each hand. Mouth closed, jaw relaxed. The tailbone's going to drop down and imagine I string you up. Relaxation cascades down each vertebrae. Inhale into the belly, feel it gather into the belly. The color gathers in the belly. More specifically, 3 finger lengths below the belly button, the lower dantian area, also known as the second chakra. And exhale, push the color down, the palms and the fingertips. Again, you're going to paint the color visualization, and especially today, because we're very focused on moving the color visualization, you give that sensation of breathing a color and visualization in some form, seeing, feeling, and experiencing it, coming down and gathering in the belly, filling up the belly. The color fills up, and then you exhale, it pushes up, and it splits down the shoulders, down the arms, to the palms and fingertips. With every breath, inhaling in, color visualization down, exhaling, boom, it goes out through the arms, palms and fingertips. Do 3 more breaths here. Your best to soften the body while you're breathing. Remove any unnecessary tension. Anything that's not required to hold the posture. Soften out. And then inhaling up, uplifting heaven. Exhale, wash the color out of the palms and fingertips. Inhaling up, interlace the fingers, exhaling down. And the weight goes from the balls of the heels to the ball of the foot, to the big toe coming up, inhaling. Drawing the color into the belly. Exhale, push that color to the palm of the fingertips. Breathing formula 2, inhaling. Even deeper inhalation. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the legs. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color of the palms and fingertips. Inhale, draw in, interlace. Inhale even deeper. Come forward. Inhale even deeper. 3rd breath. 3rd stage of 1 breath. Stretching out, looking up. Exhale. When you exhale, you want the color to go down the arms and down the legs. And now breathing formula 4. 1. Even deeper 2. Even deeper 3. Even deeper 4. And soften onto one side. When I say soften, I mean soften one hip into the groin. This is a general transition. And when I say general, this is a general transition for me now because I learned this from one teacher, Grandmaster William C.C. Chen, and now I put it into all my training. So right hip or one hip softens into the groin of the other leg. And then you feel the muscle wrapping around as you soften into it. The weight should go down the inside of the leg. And notice that I'm not turning my knee in while I do this. I just soften the groin into my structured leg. And then I widen the stance. Hollow fists, rested right on the hips. And just as a note to anybody on the comments section, I'm behind on responding to comments, but I will be on it. I know that from the last week's video, you guys had some questions, ideas, and a desire for more detail. So I will surely get on that stuff. Hollow fist, inhaling into the belly. Exhale, pelvis rotates on the femur. So chest parallel to the ground, and then inhale, we're in a half horse stance. Knees slightly bent, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Inhaling around, up, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Inhaling up, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Inhaling up, pause, exhale, go a little bit farther, and then inhale, pull yourself back, pause, exhale, and then exhale even more. Yeah, deep, exhale. And reverse it. The breath as you're going up in the smooth way should feel like a rope that you're climbing, and exhaling, releasing that rope. And you want to see the rope too, so you inhale, pulling the rope into the belly. Exhaling, releasing it, seeing it go through the nose, seeing the color visualization. Again, you have to engineer the visualization, maintain it. It takes work to do it. Inhaling up, hold, exhale. The weight is still down on both of my heels. Inhaling deep, exhale, softening even more into both of my heels. Inhaling deep, exhale. Moments like this, inspired by Mark is here, inspired by Mark, but this moment is super important because you may get into moments like this in push hands or in any particular grappling sport or even boxing, etc., where you have to bob and weave. So this is really important to be able to clearly define your weight distribution. I'm moving my upper body, but I'm keeping my weight distribution as balanced as 50-50 as possible. Obviously, my head, the weight of my head and my shoulder is over here, so I'm going to be easier to manipulate on this side. But nevertheless, keeping the mind locked into those heels, anchored into those heels, exhaling down. Inhaling out. And we'll do one more exercise. Inhaling out. Exhale through the palms of fingers. Inhale down. Exhale, hands float down. Exhale the palms of fingertips. Inhale deep. Exhale, fingers float down. Exhale the palms of fingertips. Exhale, fingers float down. And now, hollow fists. Pelvis rotates on the femur. This is our golden tortoise exercise. Palms should be facing the ceiling. Knees bent. Chest parallel to the ground, back flat like a table, straight line from top of the head to tailbone. Soften the shoulders, keeping them down rather than coming up. Shoulders are down, but the shoulder blades soften. Fall straight there. Inhale to the belly, weight on the heels, center of the heels. Exhale, wash the color down the legs as I correct. Belly. Exhale, wash the color through the lungs, strengthening the lungs. Inhale down, wash the color down the arms, the palms and fingertips. Inhaling to the belly, Exhale, expand the color to wherever you want to gain strength in the body. Then inhale, open the hands, and exhale, crossing the arms, going through the legs straight back. Straight back. Notice that my back bent when I reached through, so I have to reestablish my posture. I bend my knees a little bit more. Fix the camera for that. Bend my knees a little bit more. Lift my collarbone. Just adjust my posture. Inhale into the belly. Exhale down the leg. Into the belly. Exhale the lungs. The belly. Exhale down the arms, palms, fingertips. One more breath. Exhale, spread the whole body. Straight. Softening down. And then inhaling up. And we're going to come right up. Back into our, again, coming down, coming right up. Straight ahead. Inhale deep. Exhaling down. And we're going to go right into our training session for the day. Be very focused. Jade Rabbit watches the moon. Exhaling down. We're going to inhale, and you can stand up on the inhalations. Stage 1, stage 2, stand up on stage 2. Exhale, stage 1. Exhale, even deeper, stage 2. Remember, when you say stages with breathing, there's an intensifying breath. So if you're breathing like this, whatever the smoothness is of the breath, you're going to intensify it per stage, whether it's an inhalation or an exhalation. If it's a, and then stage 2 is, stage 3 is. So that's an overt example. So when you inhale, inhaling stage 1 soft, even deeper, more intense. Exhaling soft, exhaling deeper, more intense. And these stages are connected. You're creating infrastructure right now, are connected to the visualization, and they're connected to the intention. So you have multiple things happening. I just mentioned 3. Visualization is the color in the belly. Inhaling, drawing the color into the belly. Inhaling even deeper, it gets brighter. Exhaling, you're making it more condensed, like it's a ball of energy in the belly. And then you exhale, you flatten that ball almost like it's paper thin, flattening it out. And then you've just made room for more. The intention is every time you take a breath, you're getting stronger. Every time you inhale. And then when you exhale, you're maintaining that strength. So that means that every inhalation and exhalation builds your strength, rather than the concept of I'm inhaling, waking up, exhaling, going to sleep. That's a different concept, which is very, very important, but that's not the intention we're programming into ourselves right now. Inhaling, color coming into the belly, even deeper, it expands even wider. Exhale, condense it almost into a ball. Exhale even deeper, flatten. Make room for more. Let's stay seated for the next few. Let's do 4 more seated. Inhaling stage 1, right hand over left. Inhaling even deeper, stage 2, left comes over right. Notice that the hands turn. They turn. So both palms facing up, both palms facing down. My left comes over the right. Into the belly, condensing. I can feel the color visualization in my mind's eye condensing into a ball here, and then I flatten it out. And that visualization, as I flatten out here, it's affecting, intentionally affecting what's happening in the belly, the storage area. You also have very slight subtle tension in the anus to help make sure that nothing escapes, that everything you're bringing in stays in the lower dantian area, this fully energized storage area. 2 more. 1 more. Once we've gathered that color over and over and over again, then we're going to use it. We're going to shift our weight. Remember, collapsing right hip into the left, or left hip into the right, either way, whichever one you want to do. one foot to the other. Inhaling up, drawing the color to the belly, and put 1 foot forward. We normally do this stretch when we finish. So put 1 foot forward. I'm bending, sitting on my back leg. My other foot is straight. And I'm going to inhale deep, exhale, pushing the hand from the belly down the leg, like I'm washing with my palms. My palms are doing this shape. You do any shape you like, but I find this shape to be very helpful. And the intention of pushing the breath work from the belly down the leg. My heel is touching the ground, my toe stays pointed up, and I push downward. I hold the toe, inhale deep, exhale, I pull myself in like I'm going to kick the toe, kiss the toe, and then I inhale, come up. Switching legs, out, exhale, wash the color down, hold the toe, inhale deep, exhale, pull yourself in like you're going to kiss the toe, inhaling up. We'll do 2 more times each side. Inhale even deeper. Now let's get very specific about the breath work. Exhaling as you sink down, push the color visualization, washing down the leg, down the muscle. Hold the toes, inhale deep, and exhale. Pull yourself in like you kiss the toe. Inhaling up. Switch legs. Inhaling up. Deeper. Exhale. Hold the toe. Inhale deep. Exhale, pull in. Inhaling up. Shift. Exhale down. Inhale up. Notice that I added an extra breath there for transition because we want to really make sure that while we're doing this, that we're giving ourselves very intentional breathing. In other words, there's something called free breathing in Tai Chi. Inhale up, exhale, wash down. There's no free breathing in this. Inhaling up, exhale. And let's sit right back down into our stance. But let's take a moment and just talk about free breathing. Free breathing is a really interesting concept. I learned it from Grandmaster William C.C. Chen, and the concept is essentially, specifically when he was doing the 4 corners, he would talk about free breathing. So pausing on a little tangent here so we can differentiate between these 2 concepts because I think it's very, very important to know, and this is all about knowledge, sharing knowledge. So here, inhaling up. So remember, Grandmaster William C.C. Chen does reverse breathing Tai Chi. He inhales up, emphasizing or used to emphasize these 3 fingers, index, middle finger, and thumb. Inhale up, exhale, soften one hip out, inhaling, open. And then he would talk about this part as free breathing. So I don't do that for the most part. I do a very, very intentional exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling. And then here, this would be another free breathing moment, this little transition. The free breathing concept is a moment where there's no intention attached. I think it's a really, really important, no intention, no forced breathing pattern attached. It's free breathing. It's a really important concept, especially for sports push hands in my experience. And because it's in sports push hands, again, because of that, my experience in there, I see how it's in so many martial arts and very, very prevalent in so many martial arts. So this free breathing moment are moments where I would often drop my weight. I would just drop my weight for a second and then I would blast into a technique. I would drop my level, more specifically. Drop my level, go into a technique. Drop my level, go into a technique. I just forget about breath, forget about everything. I just drop and to allow myself to get down versus exhaling to go down or inhaling to go down. I do my best to empty the concept of needing to breathe and just let everything go. Those are the free breathing moments for me. And they are part of a rhythm that I establish when I play against an opponent. So I establish a rhythm. I'm always playing on my rhythm, and then I break my own rhythm intentionally with the free breathing moments. So that's anyone who's considering competing against me in the upcoming World Series of push hands tournaments. That I just gave away a little secret. But so now let's get back to our breath work here. The majority of Tai Chi that I had done before Grandmaster Wei Susi Chen all had very specific, very precise breathing at all times. There was no break. And that concept of no break, very intentional, always with the visualization, always. There was nothing that I was doing that didn't have me pushing the breath one place or another or gathering. So that's something that I also find a lot of martial arts systems don't necessarily have. And that's what we're going to bring in. If you hear me get more specific over each one of these exercises in the breath work, it's because I want to make sure that once we have the body mechanic down, that we're starting to really integrate that much more depth into the breath work and the visualization. So back to gathering. You can stand up on the second breath. Jade Rabbit watches the moon. This is the fourth exercise of the 12 instead of Nikon. And you can always find this exercise in all of its detail on my YouTube channel. Probably find it on the Justice for Hire YouTube channel as well. So whether it's Coach Jan's Tai Chi or Justice for Hire, you'll be able to find it. But it'll be labeled Nikon exercise 4 on my YouTube channel. Gathering the belly, stage 1. Intensify the breath, stage 2. Exhaling, create that ball, a more dense ball. So if you have the color all out here, you want to make it very dense and then flat. Also note, after the flatten right here, the fingers should feel like straws, and you're slurping up the color visualization as you inhale. All of it's coming through the arms into the belly. Inhaling even deeper. Exhaling down again. Exhaling even deeper, flattening out. You should feel the circulation intensify in your fingertips, and if not, it will happen over time. And then slurping up, inhaling, drawing the color in even deeper. Let's do 3 more. See. And now from here, shifting down, inhaling up. We're going to inhale up as we lift up into the belly, exhaling. Now my foot is 45 degrees out before I'm straight. Exhaling, I sit on the back leg, straight front leg, my toes up, and I go to grab, adjust this a little bit so you can see. I go to grab the toe. Inhale deep, exhaling. Inhaling up, and you can lift the foot, exhale, shift. Now we're shifting on the one side, so we really want to practice that transition. Inhaling up again, step out, toe up, heel down, exhale, washing the color down the leg. Hold the toe. Inhale deep, soften the leg. Exhale, pull the body in like you're trying to kiss the toe. Inhaling up. Exhale, pushing the color visualization down into the leg that's now becoming the standing leg. You know, it's slightly bent. Inhaling up, softer. Notice that I'm inhaling up and I'm rolling as if I have that color visualization in the belly right here. So I'm going to bring it up and then I'm going to wash it down 45 degrees down the leg. Inhale to the belly. Exhale, pull. Inhaling up. Exhaling into my new standing leg. Inhale, drawing the color up the toes and to the fingertips into the belly. Straighten leg, 45 degrees out. Exhaling down. Hold the toe. Inhale deep. And as you pull yourself, the visualization goes down the leg. So you want to make sure not to get overpowered by your own pull. The physical feeling of pulling can overpower your mind. Really important to soften the mind as much as possible so that when you exhale, you're pulling in, you're still seeing with your mind's eye the breath work go down the muscles of the leg that you're stretching. So even with the pull in the upper body, you feel it in the leg. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhaling up. Out. One more time on this leg. Hold. Exhale, pull yourself in. See the color. Feel it going through the muscles, through the muscle fibers. Inhaling up. And back to it again. Again, these are the kind of exercises that you really want to be able to zone out on or zone in on. Just stay seated for this entire one. Let's do 6. Inhaling up even deeper. You want the color in the belly that you're visualizing, whatever color intuitively comes to you, so start to pop up in your mind effortlessly. And the only way it will happen effortlessly is through repetition. So you really want to feel the color pulling in through the arms, into the belly, pushing down, flatten out. As a note, you might have noticed that I just made my stance a little smaller. In general, you want to make sure that you're not doing these exercises in the very low Shaolin Kung Fu stance. This is coming from Sifu Keith Tong, who taught me these exercises, who would always mention to me that, especially for men, you don't want to put too much pressure over long periods of time in the groin area. Especially for testicles, etc. So you want to be really cautious and conscious as you're doing this, and really shoulder length and a half apart is fine. A lot of times I'll see people kind of standing or like half bent, shoulder length and a half apart. I'll see a lot of this for Neigong. That's fine, but that's not as much work as I recommend for your legs. So I do recommend dropping. I do Shaolin stance work very, very low and hold it for long periods of time. But this is, sometimes I have to correct myself, which is what I just did. I had to make my stance a little smaller and readjust the weight distribution on my legs so that it was more sustainable and healthier for the groin area. So just a note, always want to be in a position where you can correct yourself if need be. And we're going to exhaling, shifting into the leg. Now we're going to inhale up, turn the foot out 90 degrees, stick it down. Notice that this leg is still supporting, it's still bent. We're going to exhale, wash, calm down, 90. Hold. Inhale deep, exhale, pull in. Inhaling up. And this time, all we have to do is exhale from side to side. Hold. Inhale deep. Exhale, wash the color down the leg. Inhaling up. And as you inhale up, you turn this foot. As you come up, it goes back to straight. Shift the weight. Exhale, washing down. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhaling out. Turn. Exhale. And please note that any suggestions that I'm giving on breath work have to be adapted by you to your body. So you might find moments in your body that I may not find in mine, and vice versa. So I'm right now discovering a little bit more about the spiraling and unspiraling sensation. That here I turn forward, I shift my weight, and I feel this leg wanting to open up and spiral open. So maybe one day I'll give that little mechanic its own breath. So sometimes I'll find new mechanics, or I'll find mechanics that are very, very subtle. And to make them more overt for me, for my conscious mind, I'll give them a breath. And whether that's an inhalation or an exhalation. And I'll start to attach my own intent to that movement, to that breath work. And I think that's really, really important, especially for people who like to reference the Tai Chi classics, etc. I'm just going to talk for a minute, so I'm going to hold this embracing the one posture, which you may know from training with me. Middle finger as high as the shoulders, elbows down. But just to finish this idea, oftentimes I find that when people mention the Tai Chi classics to me or other Tai Chi literature, that it's a common challenge of referencing any text, is that you can limit yourself by what was written. And when I discover, and especially when I have exchanges with people, you know, when I learn new things from like Ben Sanchez, who I mentioned earlier, or to when I have Ben showed something on my channel and Adam Meisner commented on it, and Ben and Adam know each other. I know Adam through Ben, but Adam didn't approve of his technique. And you know, for me, it's not really whether or not you approve of my technique or if I approve of your technique. The only time that matters is in competition. Can I beat you in points, or can you beat me in points? That's merit-based achievement. That should be a conversation ender. But when it comes to a personal journey, a person's personal journey through any art, but let's stay focused on Tai Chi, it's very hard to evaluate someone else if you're not allowing, if you block them off to what was written. Because if you discover something new, you should be able to adapt your discoveries, your training to your new discovery. And it might manifest very differently than other people's Tai Chi. I consider, you know, what I see on Adam Meisner's channel, what I see from Ben, what I do myself, my father does. Those are all very different types of Tai Chi. My dad and I are more similar because we train together, but he's got his own way. I've got my own way. My Sifu Keith Tong, my Sifu Grandmaster William C.C. Chen, they have their own way. So it's really important to recognize that when we're talking about the container of Tai Chi, that there's infinite diversity, infinite combinations, which is a Star Trek reference. But that exists within what we're doing. So I share this with you guys, and I share just the concept of finding that little motion just now, which I found before in other parts of my forum, but I found it just now again in this moment, and I haven't thought about it much. I'm like, I need to put more thought here. I need to grow more here. This is my experience, and then hopefully I can articulate that well enough for somebody else to be able to find it for themselves. So that was a little public service announcement. And back to inhaling up, exhaling down, flatten out. Inhaling up, even deeper, color in the belly, exhaling down, flatten it out. I hope that the message that's taken from there is, please always feel free to experiment with your Tai Chi, to experiment with the mechanics that you've learned from anybody, to build upon those mechanics and make them your own, and to not be limited by what other people might tell you Tai Chi is, because Tai Chi is just a gateway to something deeper that doesn't have a name. And Tai Chi is not the only system that has touched it. Many systems around the world throughout time have touched it. So let's just use it to make the world a better place. Exhaling down. Deep. Even deeper. Exhale down. Two more. Stay seated. Even deeper. Color gathers. Exhaling down. One more. Again, the intention of this entire training today is to gather the color in the belly, to feel very full. You want to feel full here. Soften, exhaling even deeper. Inhaling up. And now we're going to do, again, very similar, one leg out, This time, hand behind the small of the back. My standing leg hand, corresponding hand of my standing leg is behind my back, on the small of my back. My other hand, fingers, 2 fingers, or 1, but I put 2 fingers on my temple, my elbow out, my toe up, heel down, leg bent, leg straight, spine straight. What I mean by that is that I'm not sticking my butt out. I am establishing what's straight for me. Again, these are Shaolin stretches. Tailbone softens. I want to minimize the tension. Imaginary string lifts me up. I establish straight for myself. I keep my eyes locked on the ceiling and I exhale, dropping my elbow, bending from just above the hips. My elbow is going to go to my thigh, or depending on your flexibility, my knee or my shin. And each time you do it, you'll be able to go a little bit farther. I stay on the ceiling. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale. The color pushes down from the belly, down the arm to the fingers. And then you grab with your fingers your big toe. Notice that my elbow is inside my leg here, not outside. So I keep my elbow inside because it's going to come in handy in a moment. Inhaling, the hand that's on the small back reaches up to the ceiling. My eyes stay on the ceiling. I keep an eye line. And when I exhale, my hand comes over my head, but it won't cut in front of my eye line. It'll stay over my head. I might even shift my weight a little bit more since so much weight's going over to the extended leg. And I inhale deep, exhale. I'm doing my best to reach this hand to my toes. Inhale deep, exhale. Inhale deep, exhale. Inhaling up, I'll be able to do it on the next one. And I bring, similar to before, the hip turns, the toe turns. So that bring this toe forward, exhale, shifting, this hand comes to the small of the back. This comes to my temple. My extended legs, corresponding hand comes to my temple. And the toe, heel on the ground, toe up. Inhale deep, establish straight for yourself. Do your best to minimize. Don't force taking the tension, any tension out of the lower back. What I mean by that is don't push it down intentionally. When you can drop, as I can do here, that's totally fine because you don't need that tension. That's unnecessary tension. But your back has a suspension bridge function. So it helps to keep your bones aligned and helps to keep your spine strong, you know? And so you want to make sure that if you need that suspension bridge function, that you don't force it out. So depending on your body, you might find that, hey, I'm naturally curving here and it's helpful. But you also might find that, hey, I'm sticking my butt out because I'm not properly aligned in my hip. So you want to find that out for yourself, and then you want to just minimize the tension. You have to really ask yourself questions when you're scanning the body. Inhaling deep, eyes on the ceiling, exhale. The elbow is helping to bring me down. I'm exhaling through the elbow. So I'm pushing the color right here, and I'm giving myself the intention of weight on my elbow. So this is added detail. I really haven't talked about this much. The intention of weight on the elbow. The elbow touches the thigh or the knee or the big toe. Inhale deep, exhaling, pushing the color, expanding it. Just like the blood flow, you're going to feel the blood intensify in the hand because you drop the arm down. So with that intensifying sensation, you're pushing the color down through the palms and fingertips. The attention, the color is a vehicle for the attention. So the attention is very much at the fingertips. Grab your big toe and then inhale, reaching up. Notice my elbows on the inside of the leg. Exhaling, reaching over, keeping the eye line, nothing cuts in front, so you keep it over the head. Inhale deep. Notice that this elbow inside is going to help me stay looking forward at the camera, or keep my body forward at the camera while my eyes stay on the ceiling. Inhale deep, exhale. Again, if you can't reach it, that's totally fine. Just keep your hand intentional, reaching toward it. And if you can reach it, pull the toe with the other hand too. Inhale deep, exhaling down, inhaling up. Turn the foot in, exhale. The intention of this exhalation for the way I do it is closer to that going to sleep. So I'm up, exhaling down. And when I exhale down, what naturally happens? And I'm doing my best to be mindful of that, because sometimes natural, true natural is always going to be the proper amount of tension. If you have mislearned structure, posture, etc., you're going to find unnecessary tension. So you're going to have to wash that out over time. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is where I feel natural, I feel good. Do I have all my alignment? Imaginary string lifts you up, tailbone as clearly downward as possible. Eyes to the ceiling. Exhale, weight going to my elbow. So my body, the intention stays straight, but the weight goes to the elbow, brings me down. Thigh, knee, or shin. Exhaling even deeper, grab the toe, inhaling up. Exhaling over. Inhale deep. Inhale. Inhale up. Turn. Inhale to the belly. Eyes to the ceiling, exhaling down. Weight into the arm. Thigh, knee, or shin. Inhale deep. Exhale. You can also do a two-stage exhalation. You can exhale and exhale even deeper. Inhaling up. Exhale. Eyes on the ceiling. Inhale deep. Exhale. And as you do this, you're trying to open up so that your heart stays forward. Your eyes stay on the ceiling. Inhaling up. And one more time. Inhaling deep. Exhale. Stay seated. Stage one, stage two. Exhale, stage one, stage two. Four more. And now from here, inhaling up, one foot will come behind the other. So pull the foot, hand comes up, step back so you can see the full posture. All the way up, reaching up. Imaginary string lifts you up so that you don't break the spine to reach. So you don't want to do that. What I mean by that is break your alignment. You want to keep your alignment and reach through, and essentially complementing the alignment, reaching up, complementing the alignment, and exhaling down. So I pull my left foot behind my right, and it's fine if you haven't done that. Whatever foot's in the back, reach the hand to that toe. Inhale deep, exhale. Inhaling up, exhaling down to your flat, inhaling back up. Other hand at the small of the back, top hand complements the alignment of the center line. Exhale, pelvis rotates on the femur. So from here, pushing the color through the hand and reach to the back leg. And then inhale up. And we'll do one more time each side. Exhale, coming down. I emphasize the top hand pushing the breath through the top hand as I exhale coming down. And then halfway through, I start the inhalation, emphasizing the hand rising, the color visualization coming in. And then exhale, pushing the color visualization through the top hand, touch, and then inhale, come up like you did a slow motion bounce. Exhaling down, pushing the color to the top, inhaling, pulling the color to the top. Exhale, touch like a bounce and come right back up. And then exhaling down, and this transition, exhale, inhale, You want to feel really smooth in these transitions. The transitions say a lot about you and your ability to focus between the moments of focus. Inhaling up. Remember, the hand complements the center line of line. Exhale. Pushing the color through. Pelvis rotating the femur. Touch the back toe. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhaling up. Now touch. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Touch. Exhale down. Up. Exhale down one more time. Touch. And bring the hands in. Exhale. Washing the color down. Two uplifting heavens. Big breath. Exhale. One more. Exhale down. Now bring the feet 2 fists apart. Parallel. Remember the quotations, that line we talked about. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Fingers reach to the back wall. Chest to the ceiling. Hips forward, weight on the toes. Exhale, butt back, fingers forward. Pushing the color. Soften the knees. Inhaling up. Even deeper, energize the fingertips. They reach behind you. Chest to the ceiling, even deeper. Hips forward, even deeper. Weight on the toes, even deeper. And exhale, butt back, fingers forward. Pushing the color to the palm of the fingertips. Soften the knees. Inhaling up. Exhale, deep. Inhale. Step out. Big breath. This time you want to feel all the soft inside the leg, inside the arms, as if it's pulling in. Everything pulling into your, all the color of breath work, washing up into the belly. Through the hands into the belly, up the legs into the belly. So you see this white light if you like, or any color, but exhale, wash the color of the light down the legs. Inhale, bring it up. The soft part, when you exhale down, feel it all come down the hard parts, coming down the arm and down the leg. Inhaling up, soft, on the soft part of the skin, down the hard part of the skin, down the leg. The hard part of the skin is the outside, the legs, outside the arms, the back. Inhaling up, drawing the color in. Notice that I'm going to push my shoulders and my hips forward and bring my arms as far behind me as I can. Exhale, wash down. Down, 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 down. And from here, you're going to start slapping up. On the inside of the arm, soft part down, the outside hard part. On the inside soft, down the outside. On the inside soft, down the outside. Soft, down the outside. On the shoulders. Back. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. 3 more breaths. Rub the hands together. Make sure you smile. Just want to smile inwardly for yourself and push, massage around pectoral muscles into them. We're pushing the breathwork and visualization through the palms into the lungs, strengthening the chest cavity. Then start tapping around the perimeter of pectoral major. And then massage with the fingertips into the lymph nodes, the muscles, the lymph nodes, the nerves. Really get into it. Floating rib up, 2, 3, 4, 5, again, 3, 4, 5, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knuckles. Want the knuckles to go right on the small, right on the kidneys actually. Massage and circles down, down, down to the hip line, and then come right back up to the kidneys, and then reverse the circles. Not too hard, but definitely strong. Down, and then back up. And then 4 fingers on the sternum, tapping up and down for the immune system. Very, very strong. U shape on either side of the collarbone. And palm open. Open this up from the collarbone up, look up. You're gonna take this part of your hand and go on your neck. Upward, very strong pressure. And when you do that, when you look up, you're gonna feel relaxation all the way through the reproductive organs. And then the counter points in the back of the neck and go forward. And U shape right there, not U shape. Right under the big lip, bottom lip, and squeeze. 1, 2, 3. What's for the hormones? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Up on the face to the side, release. Up to the side, release. Up to the side, release. Index and middle finger over the ears. Strong circle. Up, over, down, under. Up, over, down, under. Up, over, down, under. And then the fingers to the scalp, front to back, back to front, front to back, back to front, massage. Front to back, back to front. And slapping, front to back, back to front. Hollow fist, gentle banging, front to back, back to front. And grab the scalp, knead it like dough. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one I feel like I need today. Massage 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're not just moving the skin, but your intention is to move the muscle and the bone underneath. Stretching the bones, move every time you speak, ever so slightly. And then reverse it. You can even go on the front, I recommend this. Wherever you hold tension, sometimes I'll hold tension in the front of my scalp. So wherever you might find that where you hold tension in your head, if you do it all, I recommend doing this, but also adding the reverse circles. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll reverse it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do that, several times a day if you find yourself keeping the tension there. In addition, you would exhale, inhale to the belly, and exhale. I recommend a blue visualization, blue color into that area with the intention of cooling whatever tension that you're holding, any heat that you might be holding. So it can be very, very helpful to do that several times. And then, of course, 4 fingers at the top of the forehead, massaging circles, then reverse the circles. Temples, 1, 2, 4, reverse. Heart, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. Thumbs, in the groove of the eyeball. Second circle. Third circle. Middle finger on the eyebrows. And for the heart, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 2, 3, 4. I don't consider Tai Chi done unless I do this. Don't consider training done unless you stretch. And switch. Tongue. And reverse it. Flick the fingers out. Thumbs. 1, 2, 3, and grab 1, 2. And close the eyes. Inhale, white line to the belly. We're going to use the sound. We're going to add sound. Normally, we don't do sound. We want to move the color visualization with the breath work and just the visualization itself. A lot of times you'll have, especially in arts like karate, my son's in the karate, they're going, yeah, they're doing these really loud sounds. The challenge, there's an opportunity, there's a volume in which the sound can very much help you project in an optimized way. And I really do want to actually have a lot more research done on this. But I find that screaming too loud may not get you the focus that you need. And sometimes, being too quiet may not get you necessarily what you need to. So right now we're going to work with the concept of using the sound to wash, as our finishing exercise, wash the color and the vibration of the sound into the bone marrow. So into the muscles and into the bones and into the bone marrow. So we're going to inhale white light to the belly. And we're going to push it to the whole body, and we're going to generally cover all the bones. and just go, or let that vibrate through the whole body. Do your best to, even as an exercise for your attention, to expand the awareness and to feel how the sound you're making is reverberating through the entire body. And now inhale, roll the white light from the toes to the head. And then exhale, we're going to roll that sound and the light down the back. Inhale up the left side, white light, and exhale down the right with the sound. Inhale, white light to the belly. And exhale, we're going to push it down the legs into the ground. And we're going to carry that over through visualizing the light going into the ground, coming back up and around like a fountain in reverse, making a big bubble of light around us. You want to feel the sound in the ground around you and in the air. Inhale deep, white light, and again, we're making a circuit through our own intention. We're intentionally tying concepts together. Inhale to the belly. When we say we're going to push it to the top of the head and feel the sound in the air around us, in the walls. Feel it cover the whole body, making a big, big bubble around you. Inhale deep. Just feel the light in the whole body. Feel calm in the nerves. Have gratitude for the body, the good people in your life, the space that you're in. And thank you guys, as usual, for training. This is Justice for Hire's Tai Chi to the People. I'm Coach Jan. I love you guys. You can always join the cast of Justice for Hire from justiceforhire.app or justiceforhire.com, and you can learn more about what we're doing and then still access the app. And you can invest in, if you like this training and you want to put some cash toward the efforts, our noble cause of the week, of course, is Real World. That's REELWURLD. That's our production studio that's making movies and shows to the world. And we're running an equity crowdfunding campaign right now on WeFunder. So you can go to wefunder.com/realworld, and you can see what we're offering. You can buy stock in the company and help us grow this vision of the future of film and television, which actually has a lot of Tai Chi principles integrated into it, which is the reason I feel good about talking about it on here. So I love you guys so much. Feel free to ask any questions, and I'm going to press stop now. Hope you have a great